This is King of Late Night TV, David Bronstein, with a continuation of Why I'm Surrounded by Idiots, Part 2. This is the episode, Surrounded by Idiots, Part 2, so go listen to Part 1. As I was saying, when I do business with people, investors, joint ventures, whatever it is, the straight shooters put up the money, we start a company, I'm shareholders, our names go in the bank account, we make decisions together. That's the way it is, and that's how I made a lot of money doing like that. And there are other deals where people like to take advantage of me. I'm the late night TV guy, I'm the guy with all the contacts, the ideas, the girls, all that crap. They say, we'll put up all the money, you do the work for nothing, if we make money, we make money together. But they control everything. In those deals, I never see a dime, and they think they're in control, and it's all about a control thing. And they're all great friends and bullshit, and so I gotta cover myself. And in covering myself, I gotta charge fees and stuff so I can make some money off the deal, because I'm never going to see money off the back end. That's a bullshit thing. So in this particular case, I'm talking about a gentleman named Larry that I put as the project manager of this deal. And for the investors of this deal, it was building a building that I hired Larry, who said he could put it together, and Larry could hire all the suppliers to put it together. And Larry came with a budget. It's going to be $100,000 based on all the suppliers to put the whole thing together. So then I charged the investors $100,000 on top of it as a management fee to pay for all our time to put the whole thing together. Well, the investors wanted to meet Larry, the project manager that I hired, and introduce the project manager to the investors. And now the investors and Larry are working together, and I'm slowly getting out of the deal. And they work with Larry, and they make decisions without me, and they have meetings without me, and they make changes without me, everything without me. And now all the dough goes to Larry. So now to cover me, I said, Larry, if you're getting all the dough, and I'm slowly getting out of the deal, I'm not here to hire you. I didn't here to put you in business and your friends in business. I want that dough. That's my dough. That's my deal. So when they give you checks, you better call me and tell me you got a check, because we're going to divvy up what to pay the suppliers and all that stuff, and my share of the deal. And at the beginning, it was kosher like that. Larry would get a check, Dave, I got a check, and then we'd come over and divvy up who you got to pay this supplier, that supplier, and our fees in it. Now, Larry should get 50% of the deal, but I gave him 50% to cover my ass, to give him an incentive, to make sure I get some money, because now he's in control. It's like playing Monopoly. Business like a game, as I tell my kids. That's what it's really like. A few weeks ago, Larry gets a check, calls Dave, I got a check. I said, okay, and I trust Larry. And 2 weeks go by. I said, Larry, can I get a check, please? And he says, what are you rushing for? Why do you need the money so bad? So I thought, well, why do you have a check for 2 weeks and I don't? Whose deal is this? Why do I have to call you asking for a check? I say, how much did you get? And he tells me how much I got. But he doesn't have it all. I said, why not? Well, I deposited in the bank and I paid this supplier and that supplier. I said, who said you should pay? I said, is the building done? Have they finished building the building yet? They haven't done anything yet. Why would you pay the suppliers? And besides that, who are you to cash the check and then tell me what you're doing? Now, he did this one time before in another deal, a separate deal altogether, where I hired him for a service. I was paid for a fee, and then he hired somebody else with my money to pay to somebody else, without even asking me to pay somebody else. How am I doing? And like a schmuck, I still continue to do business with this guy, because I'm the dope, I'm the idiot, I'm the schmuck. So this conversation I've been having with Larry is, first he tells me, what am I in a big rush for to get the check when he's had a check for 2 weeks? I'm not in business to put him in business. I'm not in business to pay all his friends and suppliers and all that crap. It's my deal. How can he take the check, not call me, not come over and say, look, I got a check, now we got to divvy it up, we got to figure who we got to pay to get this deal done, whatever it is, and then take our fees. He just takes a deposit, pays wherever he wants, and then tells me later, what are you rushing for? And pays everybody else. Then he says, listen, I got this check for you, but I need an invoice. So if you don't give me an invoice, I'm not giving you the check. Do you hear what he's telling me? That he's not going to give me a check unless I give him an invoice. Do you believe this? This is the way he's talking to me. I gave him the deal! He's talking to me like this. Does this make sense to you? Now it's entertaining already. I don't care about, now it's the money, I don't care about the money. When situations like this happen, I walk away. You know, like a big pussy was on Donald Trump a few days ago, and he says, Donald, I quit, I'm walking away. Donald says, I'm like a fighter, I want somebody to fight. Donald says he fights every day of his life, and I believe it, because that's in my business, but I fight it but as Big Pussy said, Vincent Pastore, he said he's 61, it's not worth his mental health, his physical health, and he's right. Me screaming and yelling like this, it's already an entertaining thing. But a few days ago it wasn't. I was going insane. I couldn't believe the stupidity, the idiocy, the ignorance of this situation, which is unbelievable. And I'm going to tell you about another situation too with the same guy, Larry. But the fact that he called me and said to me, he's had the check for 2 weeks, what am I rushing him for? He already paid people from the check, and now he wants an invoice from me, or he's not giving me the check. Do you understand this? So tomorrow we're going to have a meeting with Larry. And I'm going to videotape it, and then hopefully I'll be able to upload it here, because you're not going to believe what you're going to hear. I'm videotaping it, not hidden. I'm going to have the camera right there to hear his dumb, stupid, idiotic reasoning for doing that. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. And if it makes sense to you, I want you to go to Bronsteinsworld.com. Go to Bronsteinsworld.com. I want you to comment on this, I'm surrounded by idiots, and tell me, is it me or is it him? That's all I want to know. If somebody hires me to do a job and says, Dave, I'm going to hire you to do this job. What's the fee? And I say $20,000. And they say, great. I'm going to get you $30,000 because I'm being circumvented out of this deal. And whenever you get checks, because my partners are cutting me out of the way, I want to work with you and move. And I say, sure, I'm thrilled to get the job. I'm thrilled to get the job. And if the guy that hires me, he's my... I have my allegiance to him. He hired me. He's my boss. So whatever he says, I'm going to do. And I want more work from him. So if I get a check, I'm going to say, listen, I got a check. What do you want to do? Well, I got to pay this guy. I got to pay that guy. And we decide on it together. That's what partners do. That's what business partners... You make decisions together. When one partner starts making decisions without you, and already not only makes a decision, does the action without you, the party's over. How can you even have a discussion? How can you even... Andrew and I, my guy with the 900 number, we spoke 25 times a day. We were together in the morning, together at night, constantly, and we were very successful together. And that's the way business partnerships are. If you talk together, like that joke, there's two Jews on the beach in Florida, and one Jew says, Sam, oh my God, I think I left the safe open at the office. I left the safe open at the office, what are we going to do? And Sam says, what are you worried about? We're both here. That's true. When one partner, like Larry did, he crossed the line. By making decisions on his own, by taking the money, by paying whoever he wants to pay, and not having a conversation with me, and he's not even my partner. I hired him. This is what I say, I'm surrounded by idiots. And then when he says to me, I'm not giving you money, David, until you give me an invoice. Do you believe this conversation? I have no words. I have no... I said to Andrea, it's your deal. You and your good friend Carmen, I'm going to sign the deal off to you. You keep whatever money's available. You go get it. I'm not dealing with this. I'm finished. I'll just make more money doing something else. It's not worth the mental nuttiness of this, because there's no logic. And there's not a lot of logic in my world anyway, and other things that I do. What, is there logic in eBay and YouTube and MySpace? Is that logic? And Facebook, is that logical there? So I decide, though, what's illogical situations I get involved in or not. But this is so far off the wall that I hire somebody and then they tell me what I have to do to get paid. I hire them. My partners undercut me, circumvent me, and do business directly with him. And now he's their partner, whatever the hell they're doing together. They pay him, and then he starts paying out whoever he wants to pay out, and then says to me, I got some money for you. Give me the numbers, I'll pay you. Do you believe this? That's what happened. And now I'm going to videotape it tomorrow. And then upload. If I can figure out, I got to buy a cable, figure out how to upload. I can't. But that's when I say I'm surrounded by idiots. This is an unbelievable... This has never happened. Yeah, I get screwed all the time. I do business with investors. Money comes in. They say, I'm not paying you, and that's it. I'm taking the money. They come up with excuses and reasons, and then I walk away, and you got to bring in lawyers and stuff like that. But a situation like this, and you live and learn, they say, it never ever happened that I hire someone, my partners circumvent me and do business with him directly, then he, instead of being on my side, the guy that I hired that hopes he can get more work from me, says to me, he dictates to me what I have to do. You want to help me out? I want you to leave me a comment at Bronsteinsworld.com and tell me what would you do and what should I do in this situation. What should I do with this idiot? That's all I want to know. I'm exhausted. All right, Bronsteinsworld.com. Keep going to Bronsteinsworld.com and DavidBronstein.com. I have a beautiful site if you want to check that out. It looks like a circus. It looks like Las Vegas. It looks like New York Times. It looks like New York Times. It's a newspaper. It looks like Times Square in New York at DavidBronstein.com. Go to Bronsteinsworld.com too and tell me how to deal with this situation. It's unbelievable. Goodbye. Oy vey.